I wish I told her that I loved her. I thought she'd see and read the signs, but I was wrong. She said she loved me, but I didn't show it. Now it's too late to draw her back to love again. I wish I told her that I love her. I thought she'd see and read the signs, but I was wrong. She said she loved me, but I didn't show it. Now it's too late to draw her back to love again. My crazy heart, how could you do this to me? Yeah, she's the girl. She's the girl of my dreams. I only wish I'd done it better than this. Now it's too late. It's too late to love me again.
I wish he told me that he loved me. Well, he thought I'd see by the look in his eyes, but he was wrong. Now it's my wedding, I can't believe it, 'cause it's too late to draw me back to love again.
I wish you told me that you too loved me, 'cause I thought you'd see by the look in my eyes, yet I was wrong.
You were wrong.
Now it's your waiting.
It's my wedding.
I can't believe it, but it's too late to draw you back to love again.
Oh,
My crazy heart, how could you do this to me? Yeah, she's the girl.
she's the girl
Of my dreams.
of my dreams.
I only wish I'd done it better than this. Now it's too late
It's too late
to love me again. My crazy heart, how could you do this to me? Yeah, she's the girl.
she's the girl
Of my dreams.
of my dreams.
I only wish I'd done it better than this. Now it's too late
It's too late
to love me again. Now it's too late
It's too late
to love me again. Now it's too late
It's too late
to love me again. Well, thank you. Let's celebrate the country vocals. We're going to gear up for the next session, which I believe is the most beautiful session. I want everyone, people outside, please, my ushers, make sure that you usher in everyone that is outside. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to join me. We welcome Coach Tim Sabiti.
You are very much welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Lillian, thank you so much for coming. Lillian is the manager of Bob FM. Please, Lillian. We are grateful as a radio station and as a TV station to be behind this woman, even as she does her thing. We really, really appreciate, and we're giving it the cause, the reason for doing what she's doing. We're here to support her all through. I think a few months back, we started some coach program, Monday to Thursday, where we host different coaches. And if you are here as a result of the coach programs, please just do this.
Monday team, Tuesday team, Wednesday team,
Thank you.
Thursday team, and
Thank
now
you,
wow,
thank you,
Friday.
thank you so much for coming. That really encourages. I've been receiving so many testimonies from people who actually acknowledge the fact that there is something you're doing, the coaches. Before we used to do this with Hilda Monday to Friday, but when you guys came in, you're doing a great job.
Wow.
And we've gotten so many testimonies how you guys have impacted people out there, how you've blessed them. They're really proud of you. They really appreciate what you're doing, guys. Thank you so much. We are talking about the next level. And I am unapologetic about progress.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
I don't apologize about success. And I don't sympathize with those that think otherwise.
Okay.
It is miserable to live a miserable life.
Let's go slow. You're unapologetic about the next level of success.
Exactly.
In other words, you don't mind about people's opinion for as long as you're not stepping on anyone's toes, but you're moving. Okay.
Yeah, proceed. Yeah.
Because some of us, by the way, the reason as to why we fail or we stay at the same level for the longest time is because we ask for permission to do everything. We want people to say yes to even us putting on well, to us eating well, dating a good person. We want to please family. We want to please friends. We don't want to stand out. We want to fit in with everyone. So we ask for permission and we're like, have you ever been sent to a shop by my mother when I was little? And I went, ogenda wekomoma nolinda mu line until everyone is served n'abazze ne bakuyitako because toyagala bamanye nti ozze kwewola then n'olyoka ojja n'ogamba mbadde muno maama yabadde mbuno agamba like weetooloola like in other words, you're asking permission. Someone has to allow for you to eat. You get it? But that level, God takes us from that level for a reason.
Yes.
Or he takes us through that for a reason. And you do not decide what God takes you through. Because that's what makes you.
I am unapologetic about success.
Yes.
And I usually say this, don't come close to me for as long as you think mediocrity is your life.
Uh-huh.
I hate to hang out with failures. I hate to hang out with people that are not going anywhere. When I'm having discussions, Abami Wemuli, I usually challenge fellow men. And these are my lines. The reason as to why women are almost claiming everything. And women, I appreciate you so much for taking it up. But the reason as to why women are climbing ladders at a very fast speed is because we've taken a back seat.
Yeah.
We've taken a back seat consciously and subconsciously. We've taken a back seat at home. We've taken a back seat at work. We've taken a back seat somehow. Because you were raised by a single mother, you have a reason to think you should be provided for, not knowing that.
No, this is what happens in some of
Before you even go there.
Gentleman's mind.
I was having a discussion with a certain lady. Ali Bulungi. And she's managed to raise a young man
By herself.
Who is in his early 30s. He still drives mommy's car.
The man,
yes.
The boy.
Yes.
Not the man, the boy.
Nebireva akyasalira mu sinki ya maama.
Yeah.
Akomawo saa mukaaga ez'ekiro. N'atula mu ntebe n'awanika ebigaga emmere eriwa.
Ate akwana.
Ayina bangi ku kyalo ne babadde embuto abamu agamba bwe ndabika nali ali nsobisa ekasi
nedda nze sifunyisa bantu.
Sijjukira sifunyisa bawala mbuto. So I was having this discussion with this woman and she kept saying the following, as in, nze mama, nze tata, nze abonyaabonye n'omwana oyo.
Omanyi gye mujje?
N'ebirala bingi nnyo. And I felt like kiki kino ky'okuza. It is like a time bomb that is about to explode on you. Because we asobola n'okutunda nga maama. Oba tonaba kufa nga n'ebintu mu nju byonna atandise TV atunze.
Anti wamumanyiiza.
And that's a problem that we're having with this generation. Why? Because someone did not take responsibility when he got into that woman's life. Yayingira n'aleka nga alina byakoze n'adduka n'agenda.
There is a man that left a gap.
Yes. So I challenge the young men that for as long as musuddewo obuvunaanyizibwa bwammwe, someone will assume your place and will miss the next generation.
And you will never catch up.
Because we can never switch places. I have my place in my home as a man, and she has her place in the home as a woman.
Exactly.
And the day we trade the positions, the day we trade the places, and she becomes a man, and I become the
Catastrophe.
woman. Disaster.
Trouble. And when it comes to the gentleman, I think we decided to start there. You're the one who started. You know, I'm the one who starts on the gentleman, and the gentleman, this. Bahati atukuba nnyo. Nedda siba kuba nnyo. Let me tell you, if you find a man that is responsible, a man that is a man in the real sense of a man, okay? A man that does what he is supposed to do, you cannot miss that man. You cannot miss that man. He's honest. Okay? And he gets his hands dirty to make sure that his family is fine. He does not wait. I think I've said this story before, where a man went to his mother and complained, "Omukazi andiisa akawunga," during the pandemic. You remember the lockdown when the government was giving out money? There is a boy, I will call him a boy. He went to his mother and was like, "Omukazi andiisa akawunga n'ebijanjaalo." And so when this mother-in-law told me this story, I was like, "Ani abigula nti omukyala." It's not bad for women to buy things in the house or for a woman to chip in, right? It's not, because it's a helping constitution, okay? It's a helping one. But when you have to say, "Nzandi se ebijanjalo," kati mama w'omuwala mama w'omulenzi n'agenda n'agamba omuwala, n'agamba, "Kaakati mwe muli ebijanjalo, naye omusajja mugulireyo kahafu k'ennyama." Munyize nga bwe nanyiiga. Now, those are the kind, and gentlemen in this place, I love you so much and I respect you by the virtue of the fact that, number one, you are here to learn to make a better tomorrow, to grow and to get to the next level. Because where I found Tim, I found him on the growth field. I didn't find him while lounging and chilling and filling tables with drinks. No. I found him in growth seminars. I found him in conferences. I found him inviting speakers. And he had a growth to him, a development to him. And I knew that this is the right person to get close to if I want to grow. And let me tell you, I never made a wrong decision. Up to today, I adore this man. I respect him. I love him until my last breath. Because I know he can do anything else but disappoint me or pull me down. Actually, I'm even fearful of how far he can push me. Now, any man that has grown to that magnitude is not a man that thinks that I'm a gift to the women or to the world. Because I'm a man, I'm in a trouser. No, you're not a gift to the world. You're only a gift to the world if you stand in your position and do the right thing. And then we build the next generation. I need men that can mentor men. How many of you are here and you desire to mentor fellow guys and men into yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Jude, nice to see you. I see so many people that I know in this place. Nalongo, nsanyu sokulaba. And those are the twins. I don't know. They are pairing. But we are in a generation where growth is crucial. You either grow or die.
Exactly. You
You either go ahead. There is nothing like I'm in the middle. There is no middle ground. If you're here and you're like, walk, sigenda. No. Decide. Do you want to go up or to go down? And decide and stand in your position.
Now, there's something that Hilda Chiangamba recently, Bridget nali newana. And when I invited the mother to come and speak at a conference, was my first time to see her. Nangamba, yanze bali nangamba wa, lomu walinya taxi. No tula mu mutto gw'emabega ne nnyingira bwenti ne nkulaba. Bwe nakulaba, I connected immediately.
Coach Zai yakyogedde. When you have a purpose, let me tell you, anagenda anaabako gy'agenda omulaba n'ebintu by'akola. Nga bwe bagamba akali baakendo. So if you're the kind that has a growth mindset, I knew the kind of person I wanted. And guess what? I had like 100 of them that I was running away from. 100 of them, including my mother. Kakati onazaala eseeyo bino mugamba nedda ojja mutwala oyo. But I saw him once and I knew where it would end.
So,
and I told him ojja kwetooloola.
Mukawulidde nti ojja kuzunga naye ojja kudda. The guys in this room, the next level, needs a real man.
Yeah.
Needs a real man to champion the way. Men lead, women follow. When you tweak it, women lead and you follow, catastrophe, disaster.
No, mwe muve entondo.
N'ebirala byonna.
Ontondo mize mibi because olese bakukulembere gwe ogoberere. And women follow leaders. I want you to mark that. Women follow leaders. If you're not a leader, and a leader is decisive. A leader si ali awo nampa wengwa. Kino nkyagala ne kino nkyagala oba kati ntwaleko kiriwa. Decide.
You have to decide.
Even if you make the wrong decision, a woman will follow you.
So when we talk about the next level, I call upon men.
To rise up.
My heart goes out to the men. My heart goes out to you, and I call upon you, the man in this room, to take up your place. In that home, in that family, take your place. And I can assure you, Insane will be a better place to live in. Once we have realigned men who have been properly aligned, to think like leaders and not to take a back seat. Every issue, every problem, just like Coach Zaitun said, once there's a problem with a family, once there's a problem with that kind of, because that's where God hinges to create everything. Anything that is about, anything that will be somehow hinges around that. So this is what happens. You messed up, I messed up, we're all messed up. When one gets it right, and we're able to figure it out, by the way, this is not just about money. It's not just about the amount of money you have or the amount of money you're about to make. It's about you making a decision to do the right thing now. And then these other things will start following. Because there's a blessing that comes with it. There's a huge blessing that comes with you being a family man. One who respects family, who has a wife. Recently I put out a post. And I said, where you date that girl and marry the same girl. And I had a lot of messages in my inbox. Of course, biva wala. But the thing is, it starts with you as a man choosing the path to take, and you follow it. And you will get there. Trust me. You will be able to get there. But the moment you leave someone else to walk that path for you, then you will never walk it. I call upon the young men in this room. I call upon the men in this room to take up your place, to take up your position.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. You can make it.
Exactly. And when you talk about next level, it's not a strange thing for us. We have come from scratch to splash. That is a quote that I got from Honorable Rose Namayanja. And I was amazed. I was like, from scratch to splash. And indeed, splash. Splash exists, by the way. I am a testimony of that. I come from completely nothing, from zero, from nothing, from watching a TV at campus, and yet I was watching it at a neighbor's place. And that is, I mean, what more poverty? And I don't fear talking about how the abject poverty that I grew up in. But again, that is not who I am right now. Now I'm the one who fetches other people out of there and get them to where they are. But how our story started, or how, I will begin when I got into your life or became your friend and we started doing businesses, you had a growth mindset and a mindset that always was eyeing the next level. So I always depended, even my question, even when we were beginning businesses, we have sold appliances, we have sold phones, we have imported phones while nga tuzikweka muno nchimanyi mulimu government officials, naye nga tuzikweka mu makoti, nga tu crossing over from Nairobi to Uganda. Nearly, I think we are the first ones who took many TV phones to Kayunga. And we went deep in the village when we started our endeavors. But one thing, whenever I sat with him, even when I slept in a house that had a mat and nalimbu kamiala and I was eating toninyira for supper, I would ask him, what next? And we would sit down and discuss, what next? Do we take a loan? What next? What exactly do we do? Do we invest everything netwerumia? What next? Like there was always a discussion about what next. And I'm not surprised that we are where we are and we are going where we are going, because for us it has always been level after level and there is no resting. So if obo oyagala kuwumuloseka ekikoowe onoowumulira mutoninyira wanji onoowumula onywa butunda bwa toninyira onoowumula otambuza bigere. We used to take the same border because we didn't have money. We sit on the same. Nze nentuka wenviirako nenvaako ne muleka ne yeeyongerayo. You don't want to settle in a place where you do not belong.
That's true.
You want to be in a moving. And let me tell you, I have seen God do things while I'm in the momentum or the movement or the going, the keeping going. Because that is where everything joins you up. Everything comes and joins you. So between me, Tim and I, it has always been a discussion of where do we go from here. Do you remember those discussions?
Exactly, and what she just said happened after I'd lost my job. At that point, I had to use my head. At that point, I had to make sure that this thing is not just bulky. The thing that hangs between the shoulders should be working. So I had to think strategically and think. And one of the things that came to me, of course, was business. Now, my entire life, if I want to sell something to you, it will be very hard for you to resist, because I know how to get you.
And then you can
And
sell
I know how to
everything
package
apart
it.
from the wife.
Yeah, there are two things I can't sell my wife and my mother. But the rest are for sale. Even if you tell me to remove this coat right now, for the right amount, I will. So, so I got Hilda here. And I was like, I've seen an opportunity somewhere that I would want to go. Abantu abasinga balowooza nti opportunities ziri mu Kampala. I was like, I'm going to the village. There's
Virgin ground.
There's a virgin ground there. There's a business opportunity there. First, yabitegeera. She did not understand. She was young. She was still at university. I was like, ngenda. And I drove, I went, did my small survey. I saw all the gaps, I saw all the opportunities, I saw research there is good money to make that side. And she was like, of all places, Bugerere. I was like, yes. I say on from Bugerere here, from Kayunga. Tewali. We started so small. The most important thing that I bring to your mindset right now, when we talk about next level, when we do this, okay? I want you to sit down and think about this. How long have I been stuck in the same place? I shouldn't be making progress that is not there. I sometimes meet some business people because I'm a businessman. And we sit down and talk. No, because how is business? Business is not so bad. But the thing is, it's not about being bad or good. It's about either you're making it or you're not making it. And that's the truth. Now, there are so many businesses. It's really much for it could be at your workplace. Now you've been stuck
in the same for the last 3 years. And all that you need is someone to help you. Just tweak a little bit of your mindset, a bit. Okay? For you to be able to start climbing that next level that we're talking about. Now, at that point, because there was someone who put fire under my... I had no choice. Someone pushed me out. When they pushed me out, that was the beginning of a total revamp and re-strategizing.
And I think there is a lesson there for us to learn that situations or things don't happen to you. They happen for you. I don't know if we understand. Situations don't happen to you. Because most of the times, this is what we do. We play the victim card. Oh, why me? Why has it happened to me? Why, so you are taking it personal and you are saying the situation has happened to you. But behind every situation that will come in your life, good or bad, and especially the bad, there is always a silver lining. It's always carrying a solution behind it, if you look critically. If you look critically and you can be able to dissect it and be able to look at it from all angles. The bad thing is when we are emotional, we look at things at 2D angle. You're just looking at it the way it is. And then you start crying, and then you start fidgeting, and then you start getting panic attacks, and then you start saying food day, and then your brain shuts down on you, and you cannot think. But the moment you say, you know what? Let me slow down. And I want you to tell me the truth. How many things have you gone through? How many things? How many things? You've been able to survive until now. We have all gone through the pandemic where people died. Where are you the most beautiful or the best person to be able to be here? No. Some of us in this place have gone through worse. But we are still breathing. As you're about to drown, there is a way. God just says you're not drowning. This is not the end. Yep. And I'm telling you today, God is not done with you. Exactly. For as long as you're still breathing. For as long as you can still sit in the chair. For as long as you can still see us on social media and listen to radio and come to a personal development space like this, God is not done with you. Like he was never done with me. When I was going through whatever I was growing. He was never done with me. I wouldn't be the kind that is on an international platform, that is talking to people in different countries, that is mentoring people in different countries. Who am I? At some point I was even thinking, I didn't go to Namagunga, I didn't go to which school, I went to cheap schools. My senior six I paid 70,000. Some school, Mukono, bishops, I don't know if there are people who went to bishops. But, yay, I have OGs in this place. But there are people who went to better schools. Have you seen people who speak slangs? They speak like their tongues don't have muscles. Wanji? And then at some point when I was even beginning a speaking career, I was like, abongenda baddawa, abegayazane namagunga, because ngenda baddawa. But let me tell you, there is a secret about being authentic and being simple and being you.
Yes.
If you want to go to the next level, do not copy anyone. Yep. Okay? Competition is cheap. Competition. If you want to go to the next level, competition is cheap, and competition belongs to people who have negative attitudes. Yeah. You have a negative perspective, because an attitude is like a filter. We all know filters because we are in an era of filters. It's like have you seen those bad filters that people use? With their mouth and with their smiley cheek. You've seen those filters. So the bad attitude is a very bad filter. And then when someone ayambala ko bulungi, let me tell you, for as long as your mouth is you're not going anywhere. Yeah. There is no next level for you. For you, you're going underground. Oli mu lifti naye oli ku level 3. You know, there is a way God helps us. No, and then amalala negative attitude neja, and then you start pressing basement 2. Olotandise okirira. But meanwhile ochakirira because all social media we kubabu selfies with best angles. No take anymore. Like, you look beautiful at all angles, but let me tell you, beauty alone can never take you to the next level.
That's true.
Yeah. It can never.
So if you're in this place, you're a coach, you're a business person, I like speaking to business people, and you feel like you've run out of ideas, you're somehow stuck, and you're wondering, how do I move from this level to the next level? There are certain things that we can talk about. One of them is taking time to regroup, okay?
Yes.
Re-strategize and think. I've been in that place before where I mean, there's nothing like status quo in business. You're either going down or you're going up. Now, there are those times when you look and things are not good. Truly, even you're struggling to just pay your cost, your operational costs. Okuba nti osobola okusasula emisaala, okuba nti osobola okusasula rent ow'edduuka, okay? N'abantu abakukolera nga lutalo, you know? That means waliwo ekitali bulungi. There is something more that you need to think about. Now, when she told me that we're dealing with the next level, I kept thinking about a person in this room. Nga oyina ebirowoozo bye bimu. Nkoze business yemu naye bwe nagitandikira twali batono abali bagikola. As we speak, Kampala ate wano e Uganda tukoppa.
Cool.
Wano tukoppa. Kasi totandika ku kintu bw'otyo kiwaayoko ebbanga tono nga we are all doing the same thing. Okay, so we get to a point where the market is all saturated with the same idea, and we are all stuck. Now, at that point, this is when conferences like this help, because then you start thinking about the next level.
Regrouping,
In
yeah.
other words, you lead. You keep leading as
Others follow.
others follow. So we usually think about you sitting down to think more in the line of what you're doing. Ekitakola kidropping. Waliwo abantu nga bali so sentimental about things that they do. They hold a lot of attachment and emotion mu business tebikola. Olwokubanga it runs in the bloodline nti fenna twali tusuubula mbuzi nange nina zifiiramu. Ekiseera kituuka ng'embuzi akatale kaganye bwe kaba kaganye movingako mu kirala. You understand? Now there are those people that will tell you that jajja ne jajja wa jajja ffe twalunda.
Bumyu.
Nga bw'afiirako akatale tewali naye afiira ku ki?
Ko bumyu.
So I'm here to say, at that point, you take time. N'otunula ne weetegereza. Okay? Mu kwetegereza muno ofunamu ebintu bingi. Ekintu ekyokubiri ekinkoledde, the other thing that has really worked for me, I never take anyone for granted. In my room, n'abakozi bange bonna kaabe kiliina muwuliriza. Because ayina ky'amanyi, ayina ky'ayinza okulabula ky'otamanyi. Okay? Now, at the point where I know...
tekikufuula mutono. Techikufuula nti sigwe mukulembeze. I just wanted to hint on the regrouping bit of it. Some of us, we have been taught, and I don't know where we get the perception of success being a linear thing, like you're supposed to shoot and grow. Nga wetubadde tukola next level. Now, that is a lie. That is a lie. Because next level, when we talk about regrouping is about obadde otambula ng'oli ku speed n'oyimirira. Waliwo ekikukanze. N'ogamba omanyi, kanzireko emabega nsooke neekuŋŋaanye. Nsinziire bupya so that I can go to the next level. I come back with the next level idea. I come back with the next level mindset. I come back with the next level appearance. I come back with the next level kind of operation. Now, you can never get that when you are still in the chaos of running. You're listening to everyone. Social media is shouting, the notifications from emails, from Facebook, from Instagram. Your friends are telling you this. I tell you, you're going to social events. I tell you, you're doing this. Sometimes you ought to stand in silence and alone. Okay? When you stand and hold. N'ababadde badduka naawe batandika ogamba gundi alabika yagwa abo tobawuliriza. Because you're not a people pleaser. You're not here to do business so that they can be pleased. You're here to make money. And you're here to advance. You're here to prosper and to go to the next level. So if your next level means that you take another step behind so that you can be able to gain momentum, so that when you come, you can even overtake the people that were looking at you, you need to take that step. You need to breathe. Some of us need to breathe in order to regroup. And not only even in business. Your coach Zai said here, "Oli kumusajja otuntuza, ate kino, oh complaining, oh yombera kino, oh yombera kiri takuwabudde, ate toguze kyo, ate koze ki." The day you will learn to stand still in your power, there is power in standing still. Yeah. There is a way you take back the control. The moment you're shouting, you're giving control to other people. Right? Because you are reactionary. It's like your petrol. Bwe bakuteekako omuliro n'obumbujja naye bakuteekeko omuliro ogambe sijja kwaka leero ŋŋaanye Because there is something better than I want than I have been getting. And so the next level demands the next level you. Wanji? The next level demands the next level you, the next level perception, the next level understanding. There's so many women who used to go back to their homes after either watching me on TV or listening to such conferences, and then they go back and never see a pin. Never omanyi sigenda kuyomba, sigenda kwekalakasa, sigenda kolachi. I am going to love myself. I am going to work on myself. I am going to rejuvenate myself. And then this is what happens. The men think their women are cheating. Because bwewabaawo omuntu abadde akugoba bw'olekeraawo okuyimirira nga mwena mubadde mudduka atunula emabega n'agamba kiki ng'alekeddaawo okudduka. So you're slowing him down. So bw'abanga ddala abadde akikakasa ayagala kukwagala agenda kukomawo akugamba ina kivumbi kiki omugambe nza speed eyo sigisobola bw'oba ogidduka gidduka eweka ate ntera obbagamba if you're going to the next level minute wanji you don't stay in between. You want to go to the next level, you want the results of next level, but you're still doing the things of the other level. They do not mix. So if you want to be like my brother, wants to be an executive, let me tell you, start being prompt, do your things on time, do everything that everyone is evident, and you're not doing it for everyone, you're doing it for you. Exactly. Get on your table on time, create ideas, think about the business like the owner. And when a chance presents itself, like Coach Catherine told us, she got a job with URA, but she says the other times when they used to ask me, talk about yourself, I would end at my name. But after the mentorship, she was like, never what the fire. Like serious, regrouping means even getting mentors, getting coaches, going to people that have been there and done that, okay?
Now, when you take that step back, like Hilda was saying, business, when you take that step back, then obala ebintu bingi nnyo ebiyinza okuyamba to make the best decisions going forward. Sometimes we are not in the moment when we are so emotional.
Yeah.
When you do this, it helps you to calm down. When you calm down, you make sober decisions. Now, in business, there's nothing like emotional decisions. Decisions must be thought through, and you must be serious about what you're doing, because this is your business. So when I take a step back, the pandemic told me a lot. I realized, by the way, half of the people that I discovered I could work with half the people that I was employing. Before
And
it was
have
almost
better results.
Before it was impossible to even think about it. That actually, you don't need all the 100, 50 can work. Now, it was the pandemic and the consequences and the effects of the pandemic that could teach me that. Before it was almost impossible to think about that. But now, because I had to survive, I had to think. Now, you can't do that when you're too emotional.
Yeah.
You step back and you make those courageous decisions. Now, for a business to thrive, you're either making money or you're saving. You understand? If you can't make more money, then you should save more money. How do we save more money? Business people that are here. We cut down on our costs. We cut down on the costs. Now, we don't get emotional about omukozi gwe njagala ennyo. Nkwagala nnyo naye sobola kusasula, and I can't pay you to be my friend. Okay? So when I can't afford you, I will let you go. Bulungi, ate sikunyiikidde. But it would help the business to survive. Now, at that point, you must be very sober for you to be able to think like that. Ekyokubiri, nti bwe nteekako ettaala erimu wano tewaaka, lwaki nkosa amataala 10? Because buli ttaala lirina amasannyalaze ge linywa. Si bwe kiri? If I can have one lighting up the place, then I will be like, offices zonna tezeetaaga kubeerako essi n'amataala nga temuli bantu. Ekyo akiyize ye muntu alina w'ayitidde. Naye atannayitirawo ng'asasula busasula at the end of the month cannot show you that actually when we switch off these lights,
We are saving.
we are saving. When we switch off those SCs, we are saving. It's only a person that is taken time to
feels the
think
pinch,
that
yeah.
it's like, bill ya masannyalaze badde million musanvu, but we can save and we can actually pay maybe half of that or maybe a 5 or 4 million out of the 7. So kiba kitegeeza nti you are making more money by you only thinking, taking time to think. Nogala biki bye seetaaga, biki bye nyinza, what can I do without? One of my boys is here. I've had so many sessions with him in business. Jude, okay? I've had so many sessions with him where he has come to me and he's like, sentence, because njagala gulayo motoka. Yagala yachi. You know? Aga kakati anti nachirabye, tubemberamu ne motoka. Eh? Ngenda bitambuza ku supidi ya nga ate no joyina chi naga motoka. Naye lwaki okozesa eno? Aga mbadde njagala enneneko. Mugambye ze sente z'olina zongere mu product gy'olina okozesa eno. Naga tewetaaga motoka ndala eno ekyaliwo ndaba ekyakola. Now, there is someone who can help you save money because the moment you buy that a motoka endala oyina eno ojja kwetaaga driver avuga eri ezo sente si bwe kiri okutambuza the same products osobola okutambuza mu motoka yo. The other thing that you could think about is the time. I realize that we spend a lot of time doing nothing. I'm talking about now people that treat business as a side hustle. Nti nina omulimu kuva ku ssaawa 2 ez'okumakya paka ssaawa 11 and after 11 ninayo ka business kange. Nkawaayo some 30 minutes. Bw'oba osobola kaggala olwaleero bw'oba okawa dakiika 3. Kuba kajja kulya omusaala gwo, kalya omusaala gwo, kalye ne kapuloti. Kobadde planning ogula wake wagula. Lwaki kubanga you're not giving it time. I was challenging some people in business and I was telling them, don't start that side hustle unless you want to give it enough time. Bw'oba okimanyi nti omulimu gw'okola gukutwalira obudde bwonna, way to start. Because when you start that side hustle and you don't give it time, someone will benefit from it. You will never benefit from it. So we also audit our time. Ng'abakozi. N'ogamba nti, you know, well, much as I have a day job, gukoma ssaawa 11, okuva ku ssaawa 11 paka ssaawa 4 ez'ekiro, I'm going to dedicate to my business. You make sure that you are there. If you are not there for that business, it's as good as closing it. Otherwise, you will end up opening businesses, it's closing, opening and closing, and opening and closing, and you'll be in that circle forever.
Exactly. And I wanted us to go through the 4 phases of growth. If you're a business person, if you're any other person, coaches here, 4 phases of growth or what you will go through. Number 1 is survival. And Coach Tim has talked about that. Survival, where you have to survive. I have been through that, and we've all been through that, where you are literally surviving from hand to mouth, where you're taking a border to go to a place to speak to people, to dignitaries. But for you're coming on a border, and you speak big words that move people to the next level, and then you wait for them to go away, and then you go back and get a border. I have been there, and I talk about my story openly because I am not ashamed of where I come from, because where I am, it has not just been a flip or an overnight to get to where I am, okay? The next thing is stability, and I think you have talked about it just a little bit, where you have to be stable, where I knew that, yes, now I have enough to take me around. Okay, I can buy a car, and maybe I can rent a good apartment from the one room where I was, or the studio room where I was, and I'm giving an example of myself. And then, I can be able to operate, as in, I'm okay. Now, most people get stuck at stability level. The moment you're a bit stable, you can eat and buy an earring, where you even buy on impulse things you don't need. I want you to look at your closets while you're still here. In your mind, are there things you don't need in your closet? And sometimes do you keep buying things you don't need?
True.
Now, that is the level of stability, gives people a little bit of settlement, and most people settle there, and which is not the case. Now, there is success after stability. Now, success ewunya bulungi. And success tastes nice. Wanji? Where you're just fluid. You get it? Like you have built momentum. You know what? You know what? The grace from the grass where I was, at least the grass where I am, I cannot fall back to the grass. No, I can't. At least I am successful. Now, most people think when you get to the level of success, that is it. Remember, we are talking about the next level. You have gone from survival to stability. Now you are at the level of success. Now, there is a level beyond success called significance. You have to be significant. And you cannot be significant until you go through all these levels, because what these levels teach you is to solidify yourself. so that you have enough to give. Because the level of significance is not for you. Because the success is not for you. The house I have is not for me. No. The house I have, where I have, created everything so that I can actually make it a working house. I have 2 offices in that house. I have a gym. I have a theater. And guess what? Training sessions, meetings, and what? It's a working house. It's significant. I cannot create success for me. Sikola byange kati. Wanji? Nkola byabazzukulu. Kuba ebyange nabikola dda. Bwe mba saabikola mbandika ekikyamu. By this stage. Bwe mba sibikoze mbandika ekikyamu. But again, it's never too late. Wanji? You can start now. So whatever you have, if you think, buluwafuna emitwala asatu oba omusaala oba mitwala ataano, you run nogulayo skati nga ttaano, kubanga oyagala oyambale eya blue, eya green, enkyo oyambale eya silver, olulala oyambale eya gold. Let me tell you, a person that is successful tebakulimba teyeewana na byayambala, sobola nobiddamu, and they are okay with it. Very okay. Buli walaba omuntu ng'ayagala okupleasinga buli kana kwajjire mu kapya manya alina kyabulako. Wanji? As in tanatuuka ku level of success, so ayina okukonvinsinga. Mumanyi abafere bwe bakola. Omufere akukonvinsinga kyatali nakikulowooza nti akiri. You get it? My husband here loves putting on jeans. For those that know him, even today he was going to put on a tour trouser and a t-shirt. And guess what? A gym t-shirt.
Nabyo byogedde.
Mbyogedde. But the thing, there is a time like I had not really looked at it. Before, I used to think, suits are the thing. You get it? And no offense, I love suits. But he knows I don't love suits on him. That's why when he puts on, it's either a blazer and a t-shirt, because what he has to look nice for me. Wanji? He does. Yeah, me first, before anyone. And I like that about him. I love that about him. So, you don't have, there is a time, he actually told it to me. Aga Hilda, waliwo wotuuka mu nsi nga tolina convincinga bantu nti oli like tekyetaagisa. I can take a border. Me, I don't take a border because of my reasons. Like I am so fearful. But you will find him parking his car and taking borders around town, and he's like, I can walk to town. I have no problem. Sometimes like, drop me here so that I can have enough exercise from the road to home. And then he will walk. And I'm like, byegwajjo bikola nze kanziruke nekwasa abaana. But I'm dodging exercise sometimes. But the thing is, you don't have to convince anyone that you're successful. Right? When you're successful, you glow. It just shows. Okay? Ne mu byokola. Okimanyi bw'obeera successful waliwo n'okulya kuyinza okulema. Okimanyi ekyo? Ne bw'oba nga tozirina okimanyi enjala ekuluma nnyo. Bw'oba tolina ssente n'ow'ebinyeebwa akusaaliza. Ogamba yikale singa mbaddemu n'ebibiri n'endya ku bunyeebwa buno. Yo amagye ayiseewo. Nange sumbusa z'omuceere. Ate abatula mu akeedi mulabye. Wanji? Naye waliwo level otuuka. Nga you have like 5,000, you have a lot. There is no even money I can mention that is a lot, because there is no money that is enough. Naye, nga buli kimu okitunulya butunuzi bagamba ogula olugoye olupya ogamba nja kudda muze nnina z'abaaki. Wanji? So, success. Now, significance is where we all want to be and be able to pull other people's hands, okay? So, for the multipliers and the people that you saw here getting certificates, we are saying we are going together to the level of significance, where success is not just for us. When I say we are going for a school outreach, I don't give anyone fuel. Everyone fuels their car, and my friend, I will go with a convoy over like 10 cars. Haji naleta Hajat Kachama, everyone, Coach Valeria Wuyo, Coach Christine Wuyo, Coach Majo Wuyo, and you're like, tulina abantu ebikonge abayayana mu mutima okukwata ku bulamu bw'abalala. And that astonishes me. And that is a level of significance. And that is where how many of us want to be significant? And let me tell you, when you're significant, that significance trickles down even to your children. Your children will never lack. Ne bw'olibanga oweddemu waliwo abantu abali mukwatirako, waliwo abantu abaligamba nti kulwa Lilian omwana we tajja kudaaga nga ndaba, Lilian yankola obulungi. You get it? There are people who will be there for you.
Now, as we wind up about the next level, the business people in here, look around you. I usually do this. It's like a personal challenge where I just look around me and I look for opportunities to make money. I do that a lot. Sometimes I've made money with the least expected stuff of my team. Or sometimes I look around and I'm like, because we sometimes think that we have run out of opportunities, but the only thing that we've not maxed on the opportunities that we have. Okay? Now, when you take time, in your farm, in your business, the moment you take some time, there's money lying somewhere that you've never touched. I sometimes take a walk, like she said. And I'm just looking for a solution. I'm looking for a problem that I can solve. I've sometimes done that, where I just take a walk and I realize there are so many issues, so many problems that need to be attended to. And you know, once you solve someone's problem, there's money into your pocket directly. Now, look around you. Kutandikira ku dduuka lyo, oba kutandikira w'okolera business yo, or wherever that you know, and look around. There are so many opportunities lying. It's just like there's money under your pillow, but you never knew, that you have never tried to touch. I have done that a lot at work, where we realize that, hey, actually, this place has been lying dormant, but it can make you another 50 million a month.
Yeah.
And only to realize you've already paid your salaries with that extra income, but you've never. Issue is you've never taken time
To think and explore.
and explore.
We have a microphone moving around. In case you have a question and you're bold enough and you can ask, we will be able to ask those questions. As please, Coach GM, Kakembo, and Coach Millie, let's plan for them to prepare so that we can do the unveiling. But let's have the microphone moving as we have the preparation going.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I want to ask about competition. I've grown up for thinking that if I compete, it makes me a better person. Perhaps the other person has what I don't have, so when I compete, it might make me a better person. But you're saying competition is for cheap people. Please help me put that right. Maybe.
Good question.
Okay, when it comes to competition, now, competition, there is healthy competition, okay? There is healthy competition, but there is, again, the unhealthy competition that is really bad. Now, the difference between the two is very vivid. That the healthy competition is where you're not comparing yourself to the other person, but you are learning from the other person. You're picking the good things and dumping the bad things. Okay? And you're in the same business. Maybe you're doing the same thing. You get it? So they can't stop seeing you as competition, but for you, you see what works, and you take it, and you wish them well. But there is coveting. Like, so we think we have to pull other people down in order for us to go up. But there is enough place. There is enough success for all of us. So what you do is, and this is something I've learned from Tim over the years, because I'm the kind who keeps quiet. But he's the kind who sees an opportunity, and he will go discuss it with other, like 5 of his guys and his friends. And he's like, there is this opportunity right now, to invest in, but if someone can invest in that opportunity, there is ready money to make from it. And let me tell you, someone invests in it, and they're getting millions of money. And guess what? He does not even look at them with envy. He actually even advises them, Kati, close this gap, there is this loophole. Next time, if you're import like this, there is more money to make. Don't leave that money on the table. Do you get that? And when they have deals, they also come to him, and they're like, chino chiri mu media, chino chiri mu travels, chino chiri mu motoka, you're a car importer. So, so you give and take. That is healthy. You get it? You're both growing. But this thing of wanting to pull down, nategedde kirungi ekikwatagana business sijja kimubuulira. N'ofa nakyo. Nategedde bitakola, nategedde bagenda kugala amafuta gagenda kubula. Sijja mugamba. You get it? That is a bad energy, and it can never take you anywhere.